Hi, friends. Okay, y'all. So I know that I have been MIA, haven't shared anything new with y'all in a minute since I've been back. But I've been catching up with life and, um, trying to get settled back in. Got straight back to work. I just had a closing, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Um, so yeah, life is coming at me real fast. But I'm happy to be back. Even with all the bull crap that's going on in the US, I still much rather be here than the country I just came from. I'm happy to be home and I'm happy to get back to my projects around my house. I'm doing some things in the backyard. I'm getting some new flooring in the bedrooms next week. So I'm just excited. Got a new dog. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a minute. But because I haven't uploaded this so long, this video is gonna be about a couple different things. I'm gonna just do a rundown of a couple different things. Um, so the first thing I want to discuss is nurses. So a while back, I said that I was gonna do a video about nurses. Um, and I just never got back to it. And there's a few other things I said I was going to do videos about, and I haven't done it. So I owe y'all some videos. I owe y'all some information. But I'm going to kind of combine a few different topics in this video. Try not to make it too long, but so the first thing that I want to discuss is nurses. Um, I've helped a lot of nurses buy homes over the past few years, and I don't know how I end up working with so many nurses because it's not like I was like specifically targeting or marketing to nurses. But it's just like once I helped one, then the other one came, the other one came, another one came, another one came. And I just love working with professionals, okay? Nurses in particular, because I it's there's a couple different reasons. First thing I want to say about nurses is one thing I noticed about some of the ones that I worked with is that y'all don't give yourselves enough credit. Y'all literally have to have to put service before self. No matter what you're going through in your personal life, when you go to work, you got lives to save. You have to keep people healthy and alive, you know, because they're dependent on you. Their families are dependent on you. The doctors, everybody's dependent on nurses to do their job. And your personal feelings and your personal issues can really get in the way of that if you let it. So I know how hard it is to have to leave, not worry about any of your personal things, whatever you have going on, whether it's mental health, death in the family, argument with your husband, argument with your kids. um no matter what you have going on, you have to put that aside and keep these patients alive. um and that's what y'all do every day. Me coming from 18 years in the military, that was one of our core values: service before self. So I think that we relate so much on that alone. And that's why I love working with nurses, because a lot of them don't even realize, they know how hard they work, but they don't realize how much they deserve because of what they do. And one of the most recent nurses that I worked with, um, she was looking at homes, and they were looking at homes that were like, I know she could do better. Okay. Um, and when I showed her the home that they ended up buying, when they walked in, they were like, "We can afford this." Yes, yes, you can, and you deserve it. And it's not like I was even taking them over budget. The price point was higher, but the payment was still going to be where they wanted to be because of certain factors that, you know, that I know would help them into a nicer home because they deserve it. It was a beautiful home. Um, she was just like, her and her husband, they were just walking around and all like, we can't afford this. Can we afford this? Yes, yes, you can. I would not have showed this to you if you couldn't. And they ended up buying the house after looking at several that they thought they liked. Um, I knew long term those weren't going to be the best options. Um, so I showed them something completely different that wasn't even on the list, and they loved it and they bought it. She deserved it. She works very hard. And when I say nurses, I'm not talking about these new nurses coming in that think it's all about tight scrubs and Apple watches and um, the Stanley cups. I'm not talking about them nurses. I'm talking about them real nurses that put in work and that really genuinely has a passion for what they do. Been doing it for years. Um, those are the nurses that I'm talking about. The ones that got into it for their love of the field and for people. So I don't know, I just get so like passionate about my nurses. What made me bring this back up is I just had to take my daughter to the ER, and I was freaking out and panicking inside um because of what she was going through experiencing at the moment. But the nurse, she was just so calm and she knew what to do and in what order. And I, that right there, just watching her work, I'm the mom, I'm supposed to be taking care of my daughter, but I ain't in healthcare. um, so I was just sitting back, mouth closed, just observing. And it just really warmed my heart to see this lady, this nurse, take care of my daughter and calm her down and, get her back stable. It was just, it just really warmed my heart. And it brought me back to this. Like I said a long time ago that I was going to make a video about nurses. And now I have to do it because I was so grateful and thankful for that nurse at the ER that night taking care of my daughter. And then I just sat as I was sitting there, and of course, after my daughter was brought, back stable, um, I just I was sitting there in that moment thinking about all the nurses that I helped, and I'm grateful that I was able to, that I was that I had the opportunity to even work with nurses, and that they trusted me. We trust them with our lives and our health, and they trust me to help them find homes. And I'm just so appreciative. And I want y'all to know, any nurses listening, I want y'all to know you do deserve it. You deserve a nice home. You do. For what y'all do and what y'all put up with at work. Um and the service before self, having to put all of your personal feelings and thoughts and issues and everything, you got to leave it at the door. You can't walk in the hospital with that. I appreciate y'all so much for what y'all do, and however I can help y'all, if that's helping you buy a house or rent, whatever you want to do, um build a new construction home or a custom home or whatever, I'm here for you. I'm happy. I'm grateful for what you contribute with your profession, and I'm going to pay you back with mine. So that's my spiel on nurses. I thank y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have helped so many nurses purchase their homes, giving them what they deserve. You work in a hospital all day or all night, you deserve to come home to a beautiful home, something that's yours, that you've worked for. And um, that means a lot to me, to connect the two. It means everything to me. So thank y'all again. Okay, next. Another thing that I said I was going to share with y'all was um, online school. So when we left and went to that other country where I thought we were gonna make home, that didn't work out. My daughter went into online school so that she can go with me. And so I told y'all that I was going to make a separate video giving you all the information about that school. And so I'm going to give it to you now. So the school that she goes to is called I University Prep. It is the number one virtual school here in the state of Texas. And it's out of GCISD, Grapevine Collie ISD, in up in the DFW area. Now people get homeschool and virtual school mixed up. Homeschool and virtual school are not the same. Homeschool is where um, the parent or somebody in the home is, have to order books and do the teaching themselves, and then they have cohorts and meet up with other homeschool students just to, for them to have that social life still. That's homeschool. That's not what we doing. But virtual school is not homeschool. Virtual school is she's actually in the school system in the ISD here. It's the same exact curriculum and everything that the students do in school. It's just online, and it's self-paced. So she can work as far ahead as she want or as far behind as she want. Um, and it's not set hours. She can work 7 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the morning. It's no set hours. They don't, have Zoom classroom meetings that are mandatory. They do them. The teachers do them every week, but it's not mandatory for the kids to show up. Um, my daughter works ahead. She's very mature, and um she's good. She's really, really good with online school. And so she works ahead a lot of the times. And so it's always times where I'm like, you ain't got nothing to do? No, because she did it all. she she's done 3 weeks of work, 3 weeks of work in advance already. So it's been really good. And she just made honor roll, so she had all A's and one B. So because she has this type of schedule, she's able to work. She works 30 hours a week at Canes. Um, and she works morning shifts, afternoon shifts, closing shifts. She can work any time of day because she has that flexibility from being in virtual school. Um, so I can't tell you a whole lot about the curriculum. She stays on top of her stuff. She's a junior, so she's old enough to, keep up with her stuff. And she does really well. She does really good with that. But it is a part of the ISD, the Independent School District in Texas. It's no different. The only difference is she's not sitting in the classroom. She doesn't have to ride no school bus. She's not sitting in the school classrooms all day. She's not rushed to turn in assignments and projects, and she don't have to deal with the stuff that these teenagers are dealing with in high school. We don't have to worry about school shootings, at least for my child. She's safe at home. She can sleep in the mornings if she want, or she get up, she go to work, or she just get up and do whatever she want to do. And normally I see her working on her schoolwork at night, late at night. She likes to be up at night when the house is quiet and do her schoolwork. Um, but it's been really good. The only For the whole school year, the only thing that she has to um, do in person is I think it's the STAR test in April. So throughout the whole school year, she doesn't have to go anywhere. She doesn't have to meet up or do anything But that STAR test in April, that's the only thing she has to show up for in person. Um, so to me, I think it's great. And by it being the number one virtual school in a state, um, is definitely a plus. And she gets a regular high school diploma, and she can get into any accredited college with it. So she's not limited to what colleges she can go to because she was in virtual school, because it's part of the ISD, just like your brick and mortar school. So it's not homeschool. Um, so again, that's iUniversity Prep. I'm gonna drop the link below in case y'all want to check it out. They start at fifth grade, so they go from fifth to 12th grade. And I think a part of that is because anything under fifth grade, they might be a little too young to focus or stay on task with um, online school. But once they get in the fifth grade, they're a little bit more mature and can handle themselves. So I believe that's why they start at fifth grade. But it's such a great option. Now, when during COVID, she hated online school. um, but now as she got older, she's starting to see that, oh yeah, this is where it's at. And at first, for next year, for her senior year, she wanted to go back to school because she wanted to do the whole homecoming and prom and all the senior activities. But now she's like, I ain't going back. So I like that for her. I love that for her. She likes being home. Um, so yeah, that's been going good, and I love it for her. So again, like I said, I'll drop the link below. If y'all got any questions about the school, you can ask me or call the school, find out from them. So the next thing is pet rescue. Y'all know how I am about my pets. And it was such a big thing for me over there too, in that other country. It was so bad there. It was so bad. And it was probably the number two reason why I left. But back here, we have a little bit of an animal control issue here now too. But at least we have animal control, and we have so many rescue homes. Thank God for them, and fosters, and people that have the resources to take in these dogs. And I have started as well. I've been finding, coming across dogs, good looking dogs with collars and everything, that had that not strays, but they just got out the gate, or ran out the door and got lost. Their owners are looking for them. I find them and I connect them. I've reunited a few, and it feels good because I have my own. And if any of mine got out, I would appreciate anybody, getting them back to me. I have been a little bit busy with rescue, and I love it. I actually got another one. So now I have four. I have four dogs. The first one, Sasha, she's my Doberman. We bought her. The second one is Kino. Kino is a rescue. He's a lab pit mixed. We got him last year, March. So it's going about on a year since we had him. When I got back from that other country, I somehow ended up with a husky, a little husky puppy. My daughter and her boyfriend decided to get this puppy from her friend. They had just had a litter, and they thought she was so cute, so they got her. Didn't know anything about huskies, and they got her, took her home. They live in an apartment. If you know anything about huskies, they got that loud husky cry that's so annoying. And she's so loud, so she can't be in an apartment. So little Eris ends up here at my house, and she's been here since December. So, but I love her. She is loud, but I'm working with her potty. She's potty trained now, and she's good. We got her on a good schedule. She plays with all the other ones. I love her. I love her. I love little Eris. And so now my newest one is Kylo. We got Kylo from a shelter up in Dallas. Um, he was at a kill shelter. We have been looking for another one, and I was just looking for one that speaks to me and that I know would get along good with my pack that I already had. So we came across him um, up in Dallas. So we drove to Dallas to pick him up and save his life, because if nobody got him, they were going to kill him. It's a high kill shelter. Um, his name in the shelter was Bruno. Not bringing no Bruno home. His name is Kylo. Um, so he's doing good. He was in bad shape when I first got him, but I saw the potential in him, and he's the perfect playmate for Kino because they're both lab mixes. Um, so they both got those lab tendencies, and so they're perfect. They're a perfect companion for each other. Um, so got a house full. Um, but I love it, and I'm gonna continue to help the other ones too on the streets. My goal is to buy land because I have a big house here, I have a big yard here, but I need more. And I don't want to be in a tract home community. I just want land. And don't even need to be a big house. I just want a cute little house on a lot of land. Once I get that, I'm probably gonna build a kennel on my property and keep all the dogs in there, let them run around and free in the yard and everything. So that's my goal. That's my next big goal. Get me some land. Um which leads me to, no, I'm not gonna get to that one yet. The next thing I want to discuss is disability. Disability rating. Now, previously I had been advertising this particular company that helps me get from 90 to 100%. And I'm talking about I was going hard for them and just repping them and sending them referrals. A lot of my friends actually went through them and paid for their services. They're still in the process because it takes a few months. But I have sent them some referrals. But I'm no longer doing that. Yeah, just what I will say is just I've cut ties with that company for just because of shady business. The ethic just wasn't right for me. It was just a lot of greed and just moving funny, and an amateur at that. Because we tried this whole partnership thing. I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm no longer sending them any referrals. I don't deal with shady people. I don't deal with the greed. I like to be fair, make fair negotiations and partnerships, and that just wasn't happening. So, um, and then there's some other things too that I've noticed that I'm just not too fond of. So I've cut ties with that company. The ones that have already paid their money to them, I hope it all works out for you. But moving forward, I'm no longer giving them any more free marketing and referrals. So I never come with a problem and no solution. So I have already been looking into other companies that offer the same service. And I'm in the process of interviewing them and, researching them to make sure that I am referring you to somebody legit and that does not do shady business. So as soon as I make my selection of who I want to partner with, I am going to share that with you all. Trust me. Um So that company I was working with, they're not the only ones that do it. There's so many other people that you can use to guide you and to help you um, get your the rating that you deserve. There's so many other ones, so I'm gonna do the legwork and find the good ones for you, and I'll share those with you all. So just be expecting another video for when I have that information ready for you. um Last thing I'm gonna touch on is um my desire to take things to the next level in my real estate business. Um, Now, for those of y'all that listen and actually watch and pay attention to my videos, y'all know that one of the things that I said before I left here and went to the other country, that I wanted to do was take my real estate business to the next level. I wanted to go over there and do something different because here I've been in when I was in Vegas and here in Houston, I've just been doing straight residential, just selling houses, selling houses, selling houses. There's so many other things you can do in real estate, and I just never took myself to the next level. Nobody stopped me. It was just me. I got content with doing the same thing over and over, and after 8 years now it's feeling repetitive, and I feel like left behind because everybody that I started in business with are doing big things, and I'm still doing the same thing that I've been doing for the past 8 years. And nothing wrong with that. It's just that, think about it like this: anytime you get a job, you don't expect to retire in the position that you started in. You expect promotions, right? You expect to move up in a chain. Same in real estate. There's so many other things that I can do within real estate. I love real estate. I don't want to do anything else. Um, but it's just other things that I need to refresh my career a little bit and take things to another level. And that's what I wanted to do in that other country. I wanted to get into investing and, things like that, working with investors and selling investment properties and the condos and all of that stuff that they have out there, just to do something different, just to shake things up a bit. But it didn't work out over there. So now here, came back to the drawing board, and I finally made a decision on what I want to do in real estate. And, other than just same thing I've been doing for the past 8 years. And that is selling custom homes. Um, Getting into custom homes. Now I talk about it every now and then here with you guys, but I really want to focus on that, make that my only focus in real estate. Versus, okay, if anybody want to buy a custom home, I can help you. I really want to be in that atmosphere, where that's all they're doing is building custom homes. I actually went to a class today with a custom builder and learned a lot about them, a lot more about, I knew a little bit about the process because I had already been looking into this for a while, but I actually took a class today and I learned so much from them, and it just got me excited. And I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. Um, the people that you work with in building custom homes, it's just a different vibe because they're in a different mental space in life. They're in a different phase of life. So you're just going to get a completely different vibe from these people. A lot of times when they're building custom homes, it's their forever home. And like I said, they're in a different mental space when they're in that phase of their life. And that's who I want to work with. So I'm gonna say this will probably be, it's my goal. Um, this will probably be my last year still, doing general sales, working with buyers the way I have been. I'll do that for the rest of this year. But my goal is by the end of the year to be working with a custom builder. And I'm excited about that because it was kind of up in the air. Like, I know I want to stay in real estate. I know I want to do something different, but what? What could I do? Like, what fits me? What fits my personality? What would make me, what would give me the self gratification? The same gratification that I've gotten from helping buyers, buy homes over the past 8 years. I still want that, but doing something different. And when it hit me that getting into selling custom homes is what I want to do, I felt so good about that. I feel good. I feel content. I feel comfortable with taking things up to the next level because that's going to be a whole lot more I need to learn. I learned a lot today, but there's still so much that I'm going to have to learn, once it's my job. So, um, I'm excited about that, and I'm really hoping to still see some of y'all. I hope some of y'all come in like perfect, Angie. That's what I wanted to do anyway. I want to build a custom home. It's a completely different experience from buying new construction home. A lot of people get them, mixed up. They are different. It's two different processes: buying a new construction home in a tract community versus doing a custom build, shopping for the land. And I mean, it's just a completely different experience. And that's what I want to do. And I'm up for the challenge of learning a whole new process, um, because it's very rewarding to work with people, hardworking people that are using their life savings to purchase their forever home. That's a big deal. Purchasing your first home is a big deal. But I'm ready to take it to the next level and help people purchase their forever homes, build their forever homes, buy that land. Um, so I'm happy about this new goal. We'll see. I'm going to be working towards it this year. So y'all still got me all year long. Don't mess around and procrastinate, because if the opportunity presents itself sooner than the end of the year, I'm taking it. So if you want to work with me with buying your home, let's get to work. Um, so that was pretty much it. That's all I got for y'all today. Um, but that's about it, y'all. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'll be back with another one. And y'all, please feel free to reach out. Questions, anything you need. Don't be afraid to contact me. I answer my own phones. I don't have no assistant. So if you text me, it's gonna be me responding. Text or email, however you feel comfortable communicating or reaching out, initially. Um, for consultations, I don't do consultations through text or through email. We can text or email to schedule a phone call, and we're going to have a conversation like adults. And we're going to talk it through, because texting consultations can be very in depth, and it needs to be a fluent conversation. Um, what could be 2 hours in texting or emailing could be a 20-minute phone call. So let's do phone calls, people. Don't be afraid to talk. um, and I say that because I get a lot of that. People reach out and they text and they want to just continue texting a whole conversation. I can't do that, and I prefer not to, for a consultation. So if you reach out to me, know that we're going to have a phone call. So you can't be afraid to talk. But yeah, so that's it for now, you guys. And thank you for listening again. And I will see y'all next time. Take care.